This morning, we know the suspect is a 54-year-old man who lives in Skiatook but has ties to Tulsa.
Now, we want to walk over this way. This is where we've seen the worst of the damage all morning. Up there, you can see the power lines tangled in the tree. And then down below, there's a utility pole that snapped in two. It's now on the ground.
The armed robbery happened at the strip mall at the GameStop right across the corner. But where I'm standing is where one of the suspects fired his gun. Take a look. You can see where the bullet sailed through this glass window, shattering it. He is 23-year-old Garrett Barlow. The Skiatook police chief just texted me this picture of Barlow. From here, you can actually see the path of destruction. Looks like the tornado traveled this way, hit this house, and then continued on to the next neighborhood. Troopers are trying to locate those cows. In the meantime, many of them trapped inside that truck. Now, as I told you, actually, I'm watching right now, one lane just open on Interstate 44. What they did was bring out water troughs like this one you see right here. They filled them up and then they used this water supply to spray all the buildings. Just a few minutes ago, about 2 minutes ago, I saw 3 people walk inside. The man living inside this house behind me managed to escape with his dog before firefighters arrived. The driver lost control of his car and ended up in a ditch right across the street. Now, as you can see, there are no light posts over there, so it's not safe for us to be right next to the scene. I want to show you the width of this tree. I just put my arms around it and it looked about this size, which is the size of a beach ball. We have new information from Sergeant David Walker with the Homicide Division, and he tells us the man who was shot and killed inside that house was a 31-year-old man. Good morning, everyone. For the second time, the Bassmaster Classic returns to northeastern Oklahoma. There's a lot going on, and it's only 6 in the morning. About 20 minutes ago, we saw 4 local men stop by here with flowers in hand, and they put those flowers down and just paid their respect. Now, a memorial with flowers, candles, and a rosary marks the area where Ibarra took her last breath.
Stop right here. Stop right here.
It's the video that rocked our community and ultimately hit national news. An undercover gun-buy operation gone wrong when Tulsa County Reserve Deputy Robert Bates shoots Eric Harris in the middle of the street. The 73-year-old claiming he mistook his gun for a taser. A week later, the sheriff's office releases the video, and soon after, Bates is charged with second-degree manslaughter. And it didn't end there. Revelations soon put the sheriff's office under fire.
And because of that 73-year-old, we have exposed the sheriff's department. And because of that 73-year-old, we exposed glands.
Following the shooting, we learned the sheriff's office falsified Bates' training records, and we obtained documents showing Bates donated equipment to the sheriff's office. Bates attorney Clark Brewster reacting to the findings back in April after Bates turned himself in.
They've taken the fact that this man has been good to the community and has been benevolent to the community and has been a great citizen for our town and made it something bad or sinister.
Now, 9 months later, Bates awaits trial scheduled for April, while Harris's brother Andre and the rest of the Harris family prays for justice.
Like I said in my first interview, we came to shine the light on the darkness, and we come to unveil the evil, and that's what we do.
Yaremi, Farinas, Tulsa's Channel 8. This afternoon, Tulsa police served a search warrant at the KinderCare facility on Sheridan Road after learning a 5-year-old was left all alone on a KinderCare bus. Police say on August 26th, the child, who does not attend this daycare, sat on the bus from 9 in the morning to around 2:30 in the afternoon.
Mistakes should never be made. There should be ample opportunities to make sure that the child's not left behind.
A mother whose child attends this KinderCare spoke to me under the circumstance that we disguise her identity. She showed us this letter she received 8 days after the incident happened.
I was not happy. I was wondering how this could happen at a daycare center and who was responsible for it.
I've been looking into her concerns since Tuesday when I stopped by the daycare to speak with the staff. A teacher refused to talk to me, so I contacted the KinderCare corporate office, and a representative emailed me a statement. They say a 5-year-old was left on the bus by mistake for a period of time. KinderCare says, we were relieved to learn from paramedics that the child did not require emergency medical treatment, and we are working with state licensing officials to determine how this oversight occurred and how we can be sure it won't occur again. The statement goes on to say they've terminated the bus driver and the management team at the location. The mother I spoke to says the whole situation has her feeling uneasy and worried about her child.
I'm not not sure if it's safe to leave my child there.
Yaremi, Farinas, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Here in the Deer Run subdivision at Stone Canyon, 2 houses were leveled when that tornado swept through the subdivision. You can see the roof. It's at eye level right now. And as we walk over this way, this house also torn down. Now from here, we can see the path of destruction, the twister ripping through here and then going towards the Twin Creek subdivision.
We were right in the path of the tornado.
Debris from the level construction houses blew straight towards Elizabeth Shu's home.
So the fence is kind of no longer, and the gutters most of them have been, or the downspouts have been just blown away. The gutters are all a mess.
There are holes on the rooftop, missing shingles, and her outdoor patio now in her neighbor's yard.
We just had wide open windows. I mean, they were completely gone.
Shattered glass sprayed into her dining room, all while her 2 precious dogs were alone at home.
I was so worried they were going to jump through one of the broken windows because they're so scared, and I heard it was just like a freight train was coming through here, so.
Despite the mess left behind, Shu's found a little humor in some of the destruction.
Although the pillow that landed in the little balcony is pretty funny.
On a more serious note, she says she's thankful her family and neighbors are safe and that her house is still standing.
It's be a long process, I'm sure, but we'll get through it, and thankfully we're all okay.
Yaremi, Farinas, Tulsa's Channel 8.
What are you doing? He's got a coin. He's got a coin. Oh my Lord, are you serious?
Caught on camera, a 5-year-old boy riding a school bus is seen gasping for air while Manford Public Schools teacher aide Ginger Maxville is behind the wheel.
I thought he was just teasing me, and I thought he just wasn't following my instructions and not sitting down.
But Maxville soon realizes something is terribly wrong.
His sister said I think he swallowed a coin.
She quickly pulls the bus over in a safe spot.
I made sure the bus was secure, went back, and grabbed the student. He was just red and just gasping, and then for air he was
Here you can see Maxville springs into action and starts performing the Heimlich maneuver as the child is choking.
Come here. Okay, it's okay. You're going up. At least maybe you'll throw it up. Okay, got it. Got it.
I heard it hit the floor, and then I seen it rolling. I said, we got it.
She says this is the first time in 17 years she's used the life-saving skills she learned during CPR training.
I was just surprised that, that this was happening, and I thought, here, I've got to see if my training, if I was really paying attention when I had my training, and it paid off.
Don't you do that again. You scare me to death. You hear me? Oh, I thank the Lord that you're okay.
While she's being hailed a hero by many, Maxville says keeping kids safe and alive is part of her job.
In fact, I feel like I don't deserve a lot of credit. It was just God working through me, but I'm just glad we got it done.
Yaremi, Farinas, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Good morning, Oklahoma. I'm Yaremi Farinas. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday morning. Keith Taylor has the week off, and as many of you are looking forward to the weekend, I bet you're wondering what the weather is going to be like. Clint Boone is here to tell us what we can expect. Clint, rain, shine, what are we going to see? The state medical examiner has released new details about the deaths of a Sapulpa police officer and his cousin, both killed last weekend. The ME says Lieutenant Trey Pritchard and Jeffrey Grafton were both shot in the head. Police say the men were killed at a hotel in Midwest City Sunday after a dispute over a pickup truck. Pritchard was off duty at the time. Grafton's son and the son's girlfriend are behind bars for the killings. 22-year-old Jonathan Grafton and 21-year-old Daphne Mason are both being held without bond. The district attorney is dropping murder charges against Warren Crittenden. The former Tulsa County deputy is now a material witness in the January murder of Michael Jones at an East Tulsa motel. 3 men, Kendrick Logan, Jeremy Hardaway, and Dustin Ward, are charged with the murder. The victim was shot and killed after witnesses say 4 men barged into a motel room. And some local volleyball players say they'll support a new plan to save the volleyball courts near 71st and Riverside. The city is selling the land where the courts are now for retail development, and there's a plan in the works to move the sand volleyball court south of Helmrich Park. There are also plans to install lights at the new location and update facilities.
The Tulsa Volleyball League says the sport is growing in popularity and their membership is increasing. Well, this morning we'll start with the results of school bond proposals in several districts. Voters in Berry Hill, Bixby, Jinx, and Union districts strongly supported the school bond issues, with each being approved by more than 80% of voters. While each district has different projects listed under its proposal, most focus on facility improvements, adding more school buses, and buying new resources for the classroom. Out of all the proposals approved yesterday, only residents in Bixby will see a slight increase in property taxes. A few other elections last night in the Tulsa area. Voters elect Cindy Becker to the Tulsa School Board. Out in Skiatook, citizens there approved a half-cent sales tax increase with 71% of the vote. The money will go towards street improvements. And in the race for mayor of the city of Muskogee, citizens re-elect Bob Kober.